on, guys? It is Jonathan Snow doing a live commentary, a commentary that is going to be another episode of Storytime. Now, this Storytime is actually going to be a little bit different. This Storytime is going to be about the time that I actually got in trouble with the law. Yes, that's right. Your boy got in trouble with the law. In fact, I actually got in trouble with the law this morning. Not necessarily in trouble, more of wondering what the fuck was going on sort of deal. So, anyways, this morning, what happened was they're doing road work on my street where I live. So I had to wait outside like some woman's house for let's say like 15-20 minutes. And I guess the woman saw and she thought like, oh, something's going on here. This guy needs to be checked out. So she called the cops, and I was just waiting casually for something to happen, or for the guys to tell me I can move, because like they're redoing our entire street. So that happened. Anyways, I'm kind of going off topic. This is about the story I have to get in trouble with the law. Now, I have to be careful when I'm telling this story because I don't know if the kid, let me back up. I don't know who's watching it, so I'm not going to be using any names whatsoever. For those of you who actually do know this story, you'll actually hear the right perspective of it. So anyways, the right perspective is that basically, I had a lot of friends in 7th and 8th grade, and this was back in 8th grade. I had a couple friends that were in 7th grade, and basically what happened was this was like a relationship kind of deal thing. Nothing too bad or anything. Nothing like, oh, this happened and a horrible breakup or something. But basically what it happened was I decided to make a little funny video. This funny video consisted of me saying that I was going to, quote-unquote, kill someone. Or kill multiple people. Now, thankfully I did this, or I should say thankfully I did this. I did this when I did, so, man, this is kind of new for me, guys, sorry. Anyways, let me back up a little bit. Basically, one kid wanted to date another girl, and then this other guy beat him to the punch, and so they started going out, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. Anything, and keep in mind, this was all back in 7th, 8th grade, so we didn't know anything about dating or advice. This was, yeah, it was just, I look back at it and it was stupid. But, you know, this is what I did. So, anyways, basically what happened was I made a video, just a funny video, because I was bored one day, and I think it was like winter break, or no, it wasn't winter break, but it was a little, I think it was during February, March. I don't know the exact time date of what it was. All I know is back in 7th and 8th grade. But during this time, I made a dumb little video saying that I was going to quote-unquote kill someone because someone else stole their girlfriend or whatever. It was ridiculous. And I even said in the video that or let me back up. I was wearing a fedora. I was being a dumbass, I should say, and being retarded, beating bat on the ground, and then I pretended to abuse my dog when I actually really didn't. I said I kind of slammed the bat down towards her face, and I said, yeah, you better get out of here. I didn't actually hit her or anything. I just scared her off. But the point of the matter is, in the video, I said that I was going to quote-unquote kill someone. And even though I didn't actually say it, I even said this is a joke. And see, that's when, I wouldn't say I was the start of it, because, I mean, kids would have done it all the time, but this was online. So anyways, to make things even worse, and what doesn't make any sense, there's this kid I know, and apparently the rumor is that his mother had protection, or watched his history or whatever, and somehow he watched a video, and apparently he quote-unquote his mom found it, which I don't believe that at all. But anyways, what actually happened is that his mother told the parents of the kid that I said I was going to quote-unquote kill, and it escalated from there. So about 2 days later, I should say, the police showed up in the middle of the night, and I was like, well, what the fuck is the police doing here? Turns out it wasn't the police, it was the sheriff. And I was like, oh shit. And, you know, being me as I was. Let me just back up just a little bit more. The kid that was there, the kid that's mom that literally, I guess showed it to the other guys, the parents. I didn't even mention him in a video. Had nothing to do with him whatsoever. Nothing to do with him. It really pissed me off, and she had no business. And I even said at the end of the video that I wasn't going to kill anyone. But, you know, rules are rules, apparently. So, but anyways, this was before all the Columbine shootings and all the school shootings and everything like that. I could understand that, yeah, it was a serious crime, but none of these shootings or anything have actually had happened yet. So, anyways, 2 days later, the police showed up at my doorstep in the middle of the night, and I was wondering, well, what the fuck is going on? So, they come in there, and the first question he has, do you have a statue of a lady in the background in any warehouse? And I was like, that's a really odd question. I was like, no. So me and my mom, we both woke up, and we're like sitting there like, well, what the fuck is going on? And then I realized, then he starts just going at it. Well, I said, that's kind of familiar. I mean, that's kind of weird. So, and I was like, my mom's like, okay, well, what's going on? Why have you woke us up? And then he just lays it on her. Like, we warned you that your son has made a video about blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, shit. And at that time, I had just little parental issues, I would say, because they didn't trust me with the tablet or whatever. It's a little bullshit. But, anyways, after that happened, I was like, oh shit, I'm in a lot of trouble. So, basically, they showed it to my mom, and my mom went on the computer, and then she was like, oh my god, how did you do this? So, and then we showed in the video, and apparently the kid's parents felt like their son was in danger, which was complete bullshit, and thought I was gonna shoot him at school, which it didn't make any sense. Like, it really didn't. It was retarded. So, sorry if I used the word retarded. I know I'm not really supposed to. Okay, no one's retarded. Don't find anyone retarded. Okay, it's just a mental disability. I have no racism towards that or anything. So, anyways, the next day, anyways, after that gets off, my mom makes me delete the video, and the police obviously have a copy on file, and then one of the kids' mothers actually has a copy of it because she recorded the video. So I gotta take a drink. Anyways, the next day I go to school, and I'm like, damn. I said, it's got to be one of these kids. So, luckily, all three of the kids that I actually mentioned in the video were actually in the library. So I brung them all into the library, and I was like, yo, one of your parents did blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden this kid comes out and tells me, I was like, he knows who it is. And I'm like, okay. And he tells me what happened and who it was. And he said, yeah, that was my parents. And I was like, he's like, I'm so sorry, dude. I was like, he knows nothing was actually going to happen. And blah, 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 blah. So anyways, what happens is that same day, I get taken out of school because they feel unsafe, and I have to go to a mental, or I should say not a mental. It is a mental hospital. They put me in. I go to a mental hospital for this, because all I said at the end of that stuff, I said, like, I was really upset too, and I was like, oh my god, this makes me so upset. I said, I just want to kill myself. And I talked to the guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor pulled me in. I was like, she's like, well, if you want to kill yourself, you can check in somewhere. I'm like, no, I don't want to check in. And I was crying to my dad. I was like, Dad, I just want to go home. I just want this all to be over. So basically what I ended up having to do, I had to check myself into a research clinic where they did a whole bunch of tests, and then basically I stayed at a mental institute over 3 days, 3 nights. So 3 days and 3 nights. So that happened, and that was like the weirdest experience I've ever had. to actually go in like a mental institute. It's not like everyone says, yeah, they're weird, but like this was like in a this was a weird place to do it because it was like in a hood area. I mean, half the people there were black. I kid you not. Like, not to be racist or anything, but they were hoodlums that had been on drugs and all that other stuff and whatnot. So that was that. So, anyways, spent there 3 days, 3 nights. I learned a lot about some people, and there were some people that actually had some weird things with them. A lot of people had phobias, drug abuse, all that sort of stuff. So, anyways, stay there for 3 days, 3 nights. Come back the next 3 days. I come back on a Friday. Yeah, Friday. Come back on a Friday, and we go to the school. And my dad's like, I was like, yo, did you enjoy your time there? I was like, yeah, no, don't ever do that again. And so, anyways, the following Monday, I come back to school, and I go talk to the person. I was like, hey, I'm back. I was like, he's like, and then they're like, oh, I'm not supposed to talk to you. And I'm like, really? Really? You're not supposed to talk to me. So that made it even weirder. And basically, we couldn't have any sort of communication with each other for amount of months, 6 months. The following week, I get a letter saying that from the juvenile office that I have to come down to the office and talk to them and heat out my disciplinary issues, which doesn't make any complete sense. Like, why should I get disciplinary issues for something I'm not even arrested for, and then they're not even charging me? Yeah, and then another thing, the parents decided that, oh, we're not going to charge this person. We don't want his life to be ruined. You don't want my life to be ruined. Why the fuck did you even call the police in the first place? Why did you even start this mess? Like I said in the video, I was like, oh, I'm not going to kill anyone. This isn't going to happen. So, I just fucked that up. I just realized when I'm recording this video that I fucked that up royally. So, anyways, I go to the office, and there's this dude, and he's a real douchebag. Like, just a really big douche. So, when I'm there, he gives me a sentence, and apparently I'm supposed to be serving 6 months of probation with like 15 hours of community service. So I do my fucking probation, whatever, and I mean, the whole school knows basically. They thought that I had, a lot of people thought I'd bring a knife to school, which, I mean, I guess it was a good cover-up. I told 3 of my closest friends, and they promised not to tell anyone, and they didn't tell anyone. Which, luckily on their part, that was good. But eventually people found out, and that's how everything started, so. That's basically it. I mean, I went on 6 months probation, and that was basically it. So, anyways, I went on my 6 months probation, did my 15 hours of community service, and it was just hell the entire time. I went through the school, and it was ridiculous. I mean, it was just ridiculous. That was the very first time I actually got in trouble with the law. Yeah, the court officer said that, oh, yeah, we could have taken this to court. And I was like, you could not have taken this to court. I did not commit any crime. Some parents were just afraid, and they decided to take it to the police because they didn't even want to talk about it face to face. So, like I said, I have to be really careful with what I say in this video, because just in case something like this actually happens again and this gets reported to the police, then, I mean, so, yeah, that's the very first time I got caught with the police. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment. More story times will be coming out. I'm officially out of school. Ended up with a 4.0, baby. Your boy's got a 4.0. So, keep on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys later.